Hi, welcome. So the Potensic Atom 2 has been released. I've purchased this myself from Amazon and I've just got it. So what I'm going to do in this video is unboxing and a detailed specs and also how to set it up. It's not actually going to be a flight test because I'm looking outside right now and the weather is atrocious with 50-mile-an-hour gusts. Here it is, the Potensic Atom 2. I've been waiting for this a long time. If you've checked out last video, I'm going to put it in the corner here. 6 months ago I released it thinking they would bring out the Potensic Atom 2 and I'd done a list of things I would like to see, and to be honest I think they may have listened to me and they've incorporated it into this design. So let's go ahead and see what it's got. It's got 32 minutes maximum flight time, 10 kilometers 1080p video transmission. Now that's quite good because some of the lower DJI like the DJI Mini 4K only have a 720p and this is 1080p, so the picture coming from this as you're viewing it on your phone is going to look a lot better. It's got 8K photos, 4K HDR video, panorama, AI night, AI track, 5x slow-mo, 2.7 vertical shooting, this will crop it in for you, 25 megabits per second smart transfer. Now that's a good feature because the original Atom, you could transfer it to your phone but only in 720p I believe. Yeah, I've gone for the Fly More combo and this is what you get in the kit. You get the drone, 3 batteries, shoulder bag, charging cable, quick start guide, remote controller, spare props, parallel charging hub and adapter cables. That'll be a USB-C and one for an iPhone. And here we have a bit of the specs. Takeoff less than 249 grams, 32-minute flight time, 10 kilometer pic sync 4 full HD video transmission, low latency of 120 milliseconds, a 1/2-inch CMOS, that's a nice size. So this is actually bigger than the Mini 4K slightly. 48 megapixels, f1.8, that's really good, so that will let in a lot of light. I believe the original Atom was an f2.2, and if you choose something like the Mini 4K, that's a 2.8 aperture. So this will let in a lot of light. AI night, AI track, AI quick shots, 3-axis gimbal, and obviously 4K 30. The only thing missing from this really is a 4K 60 shooting, but that doesn't bother me myself because I tend to shoot in just 4K 30. 2.7 vertical, bracket photos, burst photos, panorama. So let's see what you get in the Fly More combo kit. Yeah, the price of this was in the UK it was $399 for the Fly More, which is identical price to the Mini 4K. So it's not a cheap drone, but without even flying it I can tell you this will be so much better than the Mini 4K just for the amount of features it's got. So it comes in this nice bag. It's fairly heavy because I believe the controller is big and chunky. I'm going to weigh that now. I've got a weighing scales here. Although you can't see it, I will tell you the weight of the whole kit. It is coming in at 1.642 kilograms. So yeah, it's a fairly weighty package. So it comes with a shoulder strap which you cannot detach. If you don't like that, you could always cut it off. Yeah, shoulder strap large enough to carry on your shoulder. I thought this in here was a zipped compartment, but it's nothing. It's just fake. And the only other thing is you've got a handle here, an elasticated handle, which is strange. So let's go ahead and open her up. So there's a top compartment here, which will have some silicone gel. It's best to leave that in there to keep any moisture out. And it looks like you get some stickers like you do with DJI. Yeah, so you get some Potensic stickers, 3 different stickers. You get disclaimer and safety instructions. I quite like Potensic documentation because it's quite good. So what's this? Important warning. As you can see, it's definitely worth a read. All of that. What else do you get? A quick start guide to the Atom 2. Again, it's well worth reading all this. What's this? A parallel charging hub instructions. What's this? This must be the specs. If you'd like to pause that and read all the specs, they're all there. And a manual for the charging hub. So that's all the documentation. Right, so what do we get? We get the Potensic Atom charging hub. Now I like this. I believe this is better than DJI's offering because you can charge it with a proprietary plug, which you do get in the kit. I believe that's in here. So So as I'm in the UK, it's got the correct plug. So if you were to order this, say in America, you would get a different plug which you can, should come off, which you can attach like so. And it clicks into place, like so. Yeah, so not only can you charge the batteries with the plug, which charge all three at once, they've got USB-C in the individual batteries themselves. So you can charge them that way as well. I love that feature. The batteries are identical to the Atom. I believe they weigh 1 gram less if you were to weigh them. But they are identical, so you could use your old batteries if you're upgrading from the Atom. Now I fully charged these, so as you'll see, 4 lights for fully charged. Yeah, a great charger with the Potensic. Next up you get a bunch of cables. So what have we got in here? We have a USB-C to USB-C for attaching your phone to the controller. A USB-C to a Lightning for an older iPhone. You get a screwdriver and loads of screws for the props. You get, oh god, you get loads of props. You get, so there's 4 there. Another 4. Another 4 and another 4. So you get 16 spare props. Now these props, I've read the online, and these are different than the original Atom, and you cannot use these on any other Atom, only the Atom 2. They're supposed to be more quieter. I have to test that. And you get a USB-A to a USB-C charging cable. So you plug that in the hub and that will let you charge the controller. Although myself, I don't bother using this, I just use a standard phone charger to charge the controller. Next up, in this little compartment here, we have the actual drone. This will be the first time I've actually looked at the drone. Comes with its own strap, which is good to keep the props all nice. So if we unbuckle that, yeah, so there's the redesigned propellers. Apparently with no lower noise. Already got a battery in there. Class 0 rating for Europe. I completely redesigned the bottom. This is for heat dissipation, and you've got the 3 cameras for your time of flight. And if I take the gimbal cover off and take this protection off, there is the new camera, f1.8, half-inch Sony CMOS sensor. So yeah, this is actually bigger than the Mini 4K. So I'm looking forward to seeing the footage with this. I'm going to go ahead and weigh the drone right now. I'm curious how much it weighs. So we have 248 grams, so it's slightly heavier than the original Potensic. So unfortunately, I've got a strobe light here. If you were to add a strobe to this, it would put you over 254 grams. So yeah, just bear that in mind, because the original Atom was slightly lighter. And last of all, we have the completely new redesigned controller. So let's go and open this up. Everything's bagged nicely. Yeah, so this is nice, it's fairly chunky. So what have we got? We've got a power button. It should see how much power you got. This is the antenna, which you fold. I can peel this off. Yep, they've even put a nice little rubber bit there to stop it banging into here. Obviously your gimbals, they feel nice. Our sticks are in here. Let's go ahead and put them on now. Nice chunky sticks, unlike the DJI ones that come in the RC, are really thin with an M2 thread. These are chunky with an internal thread. So these gimbals, yeah, they feel nice. You definitely know when you're pushing full stick forward on these. So to take a wide variety of phones, this is how wide it goes. Plenty wide enough. Home switch. And they must have listened to my video, because they've put not 1, not 2 customizable buttons. C1 and C2 with 2 scroll wheels. One's for the zoom and one's for the gimbal, and a video and picture taking mode. Yeah, it feels nice in the hand, this does. It's got 2 little spaces for your, well, the second finger will sort of slot in there like so. Let's go ahead and weigh that, see how much that weighs. So the controller weighs 427 grams. Yeah, so it's fairly substantial. It's not too heavy though. There's a bigger battery in this. I believe you can have 4 hours while charging your phone. It's got a 500 milliamp hour lithium ion battery. It's got quick charge and USB-C. And they've added some quarter UNC threads for a lanyard. Now these didn't come in the kit, so I had to purchase these from Amazon. They're only like a £5. So I'm going to go ahead and screw them in now. And I can use my existing strap what I've got. Bear in mind, you need a very short thread for these, so I picked these ones and they seem to do the job well. So yeah, you can go ahead and screw them in. They got rubber on the end, which is nice, so they don't rattle about. Yep, they go in nicely. So I've already got a strap. I don't know what make this is, but it's quite nice. It doesn't have a make on there. So then you can go ahead and clip these on if you are to use a lanyard, and then you can put it around your neck. Obviously there's another one that will go on the other side. So yeah, you need this style of lanyard, not one with only one bit. Right, so let's go ahead and put my phone in and start setting the drone up. So I use an Android phone, so I will need the USB-C to USB-C. Now this has to go in the right end. It clearly shows you there. That's the controller end. So you'd plug that in there, like so. Push that in there. And get your mobile phone. If anyone wants to know the size, this is an A55, Samsung A55 5G, and this fits quite nice. So plug your phone in. There's a little slot. Your phone goes in there, so like so. Now you just pull the controller. It'd help if I put the antenna up. So you push your phone in. Now yeah, mine's quite a large phone, and I've got probably that much more room. So that fits in there nice. Now I wonder how quick it will open. I've already downloaded the app called Potensic Atom, so let's go ahead and turn the controller on. And as you can see, it charges my phone and it opens straight up. That is well quick. So as you can see, here's the app. I really like this because if you click Academy, you can view user manual video tutorials, which is really good if we're going to pick, say, common features. And we're going to choose cruise control, and you can watch a little video on cruise control.
The cruise control feature enables
That's a really good idea. We've got the smart transfer, which is 25 megabytes per second to download the full 4K footage. We've got the album, which I haven't got nothing in there yet. You've got me, which will tell you what your login details and stuff, how many flights you've had. So I'm going to go ahead and put a memory card in the drone. Now in the manual it does state you need a, I think it's a V30 U3 one. That's what this is. So you kind of have to take the battery out to put your SD card in. Yeah, this drone does not come with an SD card, which is weird because the original Atom did come with one. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and slide the battery in, unfold the arms. And click and hold to turn the drone on. And as you can see, there's the gimbal starting up. Full 3-axis gimbal on this drone. Now, this should automatically connect, so I'm going to click fly now, and there we go.
Unable to take off.
So, this is the first time I've turned it on, so we need to activate the device. So I'm going to agree with that. Activate. Activation successful. Now, this is the first time Potensic has offered this. It's like DJI Care Refresh. You have to purchase it within 48 hours. You get fly-away coverage, collision coverage, water damage coverage. Let's go ahead and see how much it is. Select the country supported. So I am in the United Kingdom. £45, and that gives you 2 replacements. Or you can have 2 years for £69. You will get charged £35 if your drone is damaged, or flyaway is 120. So you got to weigh up, is it worth it? Because if you do lose your drone, you're going to have to pay 120 with the 45, so what's that, £165, which is half the cost of a new drone. And if you damage it, you're going to be looking at 40, 50, 60, 70, £80. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. I feel like if it was slightly less, £40 I might, but £45 is just a bit steep, in my opinion. So I'm going to skip that for now. So we have the little radar screen. Now this is good because this will tell you the wind speed as well. Let's go ahead and see what we've got in the menus. By clicking the three dots, we've got beginner mode. We will turn that off for when we do our first flight. We have speed setting, video, normal and sport, which you can activate with, I think it's the C2 button. Oh yeah, there we go. So I'm pushing the C2 button and now it's gone from video to normal. Sport will be available when we actually high enough in the air, I believe. We've got the options signal lost, return, land or hover. You've got the return altitude, dynamic home point. I will turn that on. Just going to quickly calibrate the compass. I will do this again when I'm outside, I just need to do it now. So yeah, we've got a dynamic home point. We've got the option silent return, which I love. DJI can't do this. So when the drone is returning, it is dead silent from the controller. We've got a virtual fence, so maximum altitude. Now we can only go 120 meters on this drone, legal limit. Maximum distance, I'm going to put that no limit for now. We've got units, metric imperial, flight safety tips, take off with one hand. Now this is good. After enabling, press the C1 button and simultaneous pull down the left control stick for 2 seconds to unlock the motors. I'm going to turn that on. Emergency propeller stop mid-flight. No, I'm not going to activate that. I'm too scared of accidentally doing that. This drone has remote ID built in. Now in the UK currently we don't use remote ID, we may in the future. So I'll leave that as it is. We've got the battery information, how many cycles, temperature. We have compass calibration, gimbal fine tuning, remote control calibration, repair the drone, control stick mode, mode 1, mode 2 custom, introduction to remote controller. Here's all the buttons. Button customization. So as default, C1, which is this one here. Press will toggle the gimbal angle, double press toggle camera manual auto mode. C1 and left dial adjust shutter speed, C1 and right dial adjust ISO, and then C2, as you can see on the screen, switch to video normal sport mode. Enable, disable, update cruise control, as this drone's got cruise control, adjust the white balance and the EV. You can change the sensitivity of the sticks, the gimbal speed, you can put it in FPV mode. Camera, you can have auto white balance on manual, you can put your grid lines on, tells you about the SD card. Defog mode, that looks interesting. It's recommended to enable this feature in hazy weather to enhance image clarity. Add GNSS coordinates to photos metadata. Video transmission, no, this is single channel, but I believe it's channel hopping technology with 8 different channels. So here you can see it's kind of, well, doing whatever it is, hopping between channels. And then we got the About Drone firmware version. Now it didn't ask to do a firmware update, which is surprising. So yeah, we have 2 dials. So the left one is the gimbal, and the right one is the zoom, which is nice and smooth, 4x zoom. But I'm on 1080p. Low power mode only supports 1080p, so we're in low power mode at the moment. So we have 4K 30 with HDR. Now to get it into vertical filming, I believe we have to put it into 2.7K. And now we can choose there we go. I thoroughly recommend, if you get this drone, to actually print off the manual and read it all. Here's a detailed look at all the specs of this drone. So takeoff weight 245 grams. Now we weighed it at 248, so I don't know what's going on there. Maximum flight speed is 16 meters a second in sport mode. Maximum wind resistance level 5, 10.7. Maximum flight altitude 120 meters. Flight time 32 minutes. I can tell you, you're never going to get 32. It's probably more like 22 to 25. Operating temperature. Video transmission 1080p at 30, which is good. Latency 120. Maximum transmission bitrate 6. Maximum transmission distance 10. Dual antennas. The camera is a 1/2 inch Sony CMOS, 48 megapixels. Focus 4 meters to infinity. It goes up to 25,600 ISO at night. Shutter speed 8 seconds to 6400. Maximum image size. You've got best shooting up to 7 frames. Panorama, wide angle, vertical. 4K 30, 100 megabytes a second bitrate, that's good. MP4 you can record in H.264, 265. That's the memory card you need. You get pull away, spiral, rocket, circle, boomerang and dolly zoom. That's good, I've never actually used dolly zoom, had it on any drone. AI track. Got the downward vision system there. Gimbal, remote controller, smart battery. You can use the batteries between 0 and 40 degrees. Now here's a quick sound test of the drone. I've not actually heard the motor spin out yet, so I'm going to go ahead and push the sticks like that.
Take off.
And I'm going to push up. And that's what the drone sounds like. Now I personally can't, I don't think, is it any quieter than the original Atom? I'm not sure. I'm going to put my microphone close to it. And you can see how stable it is. Now this currently has no GPS, it's relying on the sensors underneath. As you can see, because if I put my hand under it, it will fly up. Yeah, so this drone has a ton of features. It has obviously cruise control, which is so handy. Once you've had that, you miss it if you don't get a drone without cruise control, I tell you. You have full manual settings of the photos and videos. You can shoot in RAW. You get dolly zoom, you get pull away, rocket, circle, spiral. You get the AI tracking, which you can track not only humans and vehicles. You've got spotlight, parallel tracking and tracking behind you. So this drone, the only thing it hasn't really got is tracking from the front. So yeah, if you'd like to see my first flight with the Potensic Atom 2, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you on the next video. Later.